So in this video, we're going to go ahead and address the liars on Fragrantica again. So this is going to be Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille against Fragrantica. So let's go ahead and see what these liars have to say. So I believe they ranked this one a 4.25 out of 5 stars. This is at least a 4.95% or 4.95 fragrance. So we're already starting off with some issues here, but I'll go ahead. At least they got a 4 in there. Fair enough. So let's see. The notes on this fragrance is tobacco leaf and spicy notes on top. Middle notes are vanilla, cacao, tonka bean, and tobacco blossom. Base notes, dried fruits, and woody notes. The pros, it's perfect for the winter season. High quality fragrance, long lasting scent, great for special occasions, attracts attention and compliments, masculine scent for men, unisex fragrance, feminine scent for women. I don't think this is a feminine scent at all. Cons, expensive price point, may not suit everyone's taste, possible to buy fake versions online, not suitable for everyday use, overemphasis on certain notes may not appeal to everyone, may become boring over time, not even possible to be. I'm gonna have to bleep that out. And not to become bored of this fragrance. That's pretty much impossible. That's already a lie. These cons are already lies, but we're just reading them. I just have to present you with the facts that they put, not even facts, with the opinions they put on Fragrantica so I can address them and tell you how wrong they are. So, linear set with lack of complexity. That person has not worn this fragrance. Reminiscent of cheap vanilla candles or room sprays to some. This is the clone, but I wish I had a candle that smelled like, ooh, a tobacco vanille candle. I know Tom Ford makes them. I'm pretty sure they do. I would not spend my money on, well, if I was a rich person, I'd spend whatever it is, like $200 on a candle. But guess what? We got to make content. That can only go, those $200 has to go back into buying fragrances. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the most popular, I was going to call them a word I can't say without getting demonetized, negative reviews. So, after wearing this delicious tobacco vanille sample for a couple weeks, I decided I was tired of smelling like a burnt vanilla cupcake. I got bored. Same story with Cafe Rose. I don't know if it's Cafe Rose or Cafe Rosé. Now let me tell you something, Maureen. I like how she said tobacco. She wanted to bring you in and say delicious tobacco vanille sample for a couple of weeks. And then she said she was tired of smelling like a burnt vanilla cupcake. If a burnt vanilla cupcake, you're just a cupcake. Your soul is burned from not enjoying this fragrance. You're the issue. Tom Ford fragrances are long-lasting and initially enjoyable, but they lack complexity. Love the design of the bottles, but that isn't nearly as important as what's inside. She tried a sample. She said it's not complex. If you guys have ever tried this fragrance, if you guys have ever put this fragrance on your skin, let it dry. It changes. That means just complexity in the perfumer, and that's just the complexity of the fragrance. Not every fragrance has to be a very exaggerated, complex fragrance that you hate and then you love the dry down and you just enjoy the perfumery. That's what this dumbass wants. So, if you want a complex fragrance, I don't know, type of fragrance to just, they'll probably pick up something that smells like dog poop, put it on them and just let it marinate and they'll be like, oh, it smells so good and complex. Then you put, it's like dating that hunky, handsome guy you always dreamed of and then realizing he has no deeper qualities and is, in fact, a very shallow and boring person to be around, and you could never fall in love with a guy like that. That's kind of disrespectful. She didn't have to say it that way. That's kind of disrespectful. You know what? I'm not even going to say anything to that. I'm just going to go ahead and go to the next person. So, Centrist says, so what can I say that hasn't already been said about tobacco vanille? Probably a lot. If you want to duplicate tobacco vanille, here's what you do. Go to your local grocery store, Get a bottle of decent vanilla extract. Okay, even the really chemical smelling fake stuff might do it in a pinch. Add a touch of cinnamon, chai spice, ground ginger, and some ground cocoa. Combine, decant, and spray. You'll smell like cookies, but you won't smell much different than the linear lines of this fragrance, and you'll save roughly $190. Seriously, the overemphasis on the wrong note is often what plagues Tom Ford's other scents as well. As much as I appreciate Amber Absolute, the emphasis on incense tends to overwhelm the amber. Here, the tobacco is missing element or mere footnote in what should have been a well-orchestrated symphony. For so much promise, so little experience, this is a syrupy, sweet confection that a walk around the mall will make kids wonder where the waffles are being served. This is far too linear, very unimaginative, synthetic smelling, and lacking in the focal ingredient. Too many others have done tobacco in a much more appreciable way. Serge Lutens Fumier Turc comes to mind. Creed Tambourine, not far behind. I can appreciate many of the private blend fragrances, but this completely misses the mark. Now listen here, you let me tell you something. Tobacco Vanille. I'm gonna have to bleep that, but Tobacco Vanille. If you don't want to smell like a cupcake for women, if you don't want to smell like the dessert a woman deserves, then go ahead, wear something else. Listen here, pal. Go ahead and wear Aventus, because that seems like that's all you want to wear. I'm not saying Aventus is bad. It was in my masterpiece video. But a guy like this just doesn't want to smell like anything that's not fresh and clean. If it comes off a little too sweet, this guy's gone. If it goes, like let's say amber and leather, there's a little bit of difficulty in that leather note, this guy is gone. Tambourine. He wants to smell like probably, I don't know what Tambourine smells like. My guess, it smells like probably like a red tobacco or one of those. If you want to smell like a complete tobacco leaf, then get the fragrance that you want that smells that way. But guess what? You could have gone to Sephora. You could have tested it. You could have gone to Sephora, been like, how we all do. We grab it, we sniff it, do a line on the table. And then you say, do I want to buy this fragrance? Or do I smell like, what the fuck did he say? A syrupy, sweet confection that walk around the mall, have kids wondering where the waffles are being served? Let me tell you something, centrist. You look like a waffle. Alright. Next one. To me, this smells exactly like what the waft of synthetic vanilla when you get vanilla you get when walking into a craft store like Michael's or like Christmas room spray. I understand Tom Ford is supposed to use high quality ingredients, but I honestly won't be able to tell the difference between this and a cheap vanilla candle in a blind sniff test. I don't even know what to say to this person. She thinks it smells like, you know what, doesn't even matter. Realistically, let's go ahead and get to the last one. The last one is going to be, I realize this review will be unpopular, but here it goes. At least this person knows they're stupid. When smelling the Capelone, I got a promising rich tobacco scent laced with a small but dry vanilla. Spraying, however, left me with an overly sweet and slightly nauseating scent that began as a vanilla-scented IKEA candle and over the course of an hour turned more and more akin to a slightly stale Dr. Pepper. There were other scents, of course, sugar that with age has fused into one big lump, fudge soda that's turned flat. But Dr. Pepper dominated my experience with this perfume. It wasn't just me. The day there won't be another that I wore this scent was my sister's birthday. And so I got several opinions from her family, from her friends at her birthday party. These were fairly evenly distributed between the subtle approval of, oh, I'm more of a floral person, I guess, and downright comical recoil and retching I got from her boyfriend in particular. Formerly, I tend to think a scent just doesn't react well with my skin. When I stumble upon something this bad, however, reading the head reviews here, I'm leaning towards that a reformulation took place and that it removed everything. Some tobacco notes, for example, that wasn't super sweet in this fragrance, what left this poorly balanced and slightly nauseating. So let's go ahead and address what he just said. His skin sucks. His skin sucks, and he sucks. So imagine being born, getting terrible skin, and then blaming the fragrance, saying it smells like Dr. Pepper. Guess what, buddy? You're not a doctor, and you're not even Pepper. So this is one of those people that just wears a fragrance to get compliments from other people, not enjoy the fragrance for what it is, because of course they went to the birthday party and no one says that they love the fragrance besides, well, no one liked the fragrance, supposedly. So guess what? Of course, no one that wears fragrances, they're going to stick to the floral. They're going to stick to the fresh, the fruity, the citrusy fragrance. If you went out of your way to go and buy this fragrance, and you said you smelled the cap, so this is what we do. We're going to go ahead and test the cap. Oh, I messed the floor. I'm going to go ahead and I got this fragrance here. Don't even have the test strip here, but I have this test strip. Okay. I got a test strip here. I'm going to go ahead and spray this fragrance on this test strip. This is what he did. Put down the test strip. He grabbed the cap and he went like this. Then he goes to the birthday party. He's like this. Didn't like it. I got roasted because I don't smell like flowers. Nah. I'm gonna smell the cap. Oh yeah, it's promising. The fragrance is right here, but the cap, the cap. Poorly balanced and slightly nauseating. The only nauseating thing about this fragrance is your comment about the fragrance. And that one kind of annoyed me, just because I don't take these seriously. I'm joking. But then you get this person. I just want to know what you think about this person. An IKEA candle. Who goes... Guys, just realize this. And you guys probably already... You guys were probably reading this and were like, you got this before I got it. He goes to IKEA to smell candles. He goes to IKEA to smell candles. Who goes to IKEA and smells the candles? If I go to IKEA, I'm looking for cheap furniture. I could care less about what this candle smells like. If I pass by the candle in IKEA, you already know I'm not even stopping. I'm just going to go ahead and just like, I'll go ahead and do one of these. I'm on the cart. I keep on going. Talk about a candle at IKEA. And I turn on the robot. But a candle at IKEA, it probably smells like horse milk. I was going to say horse balls, but it probably smells like horse meat, like what they use to make those meatballs. And this guy goes ahead and smells a IKEA candle. And then says slightly stale Dr. Pepper. Have you ever smelled slightly stale Dr. Pepper? And if you have, why have you? You probably left a Dr. Pepper cup in your car, came back, and then you probably drank it. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. But that's all I gotta say, guys. If you enjoyed, if you agree, you know what? If you agree on my end with these dummies, about Tobacco Vanille. I know this is Tobacco Touch by Maison Humber, but I've smelled Tobacco Vanille. I've smelled it plenty of times. If you agree with my topic, with my take, let me know what you guys think about this guy. If you disagree, go ahead and argue with me. I already know I'm right. So you're going to look real stupid in the comments. If you're going to go ahead and argue with me, just make sure you leave a like and subscribe on your way down. If you're going to agree with me, please leave a like and subscribe on the way down. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.